Wow, wow, wow. You can hear me well, right? Okay. First of all, it was amazing presentation by Mike. Did you like it, guys? Yes. Louder. Go louder. Yes. Okay. It's better than the morning coffee. So today I'm talking about our journey actually developing products using AI technology. As said, my name is Pooya. I'm part of XM Global Broker team. And yes, this image is me. Of course, I ask AI to make me more beautiful, add more hair, handsome, and the outcome is this. So what I'm going to share with you, hopefully, it will help you to understand what is come next in your AI journey. And if you already started it, hopefully it will help you to validate actually where you're going. But before that, let me tell you about XM. XM is a broker globally with over 3.7 million clients, 1,500 employees around the world. We are serving over 100 in 180 countries, 1 billion trades a year, and many years we are hitting best place to work in Cyprus, Greece, and Europe. So wherever I go and I tell people that I'm working with AI, developing tools about AI model, some people, they approach me and ask me very simple question. Pooya, do you think AI is going to take over human jobs? And by the way, yeah, that's me worry as well in that picture too. So usually 2 years ago when I started dealing with AI models, I was telling people, no, don't worry, it's not gonna take over, it's only going to help you to do more. But this year I decided to ask AI itself. So I opened ChatGPT, used the latest model 4.5, and I asked this question, are you going to take over the jobs of humans? And this was the answer. It said, AI will not replace all jobs, so you can understand in parentheses, it will replace some jobs, but it will transform many. So adaptation is essential. And this is exactly what we go through in XM as well. So we start using AI technology into our day-to-day operation. So we are transforming how we are operate. And in our new product and design, AI, it became one of the main pillars now. So whenever we are designing something, we are thinking about this technology, how to use it, where to use it, that it can give benefit in our product and offering. So this sentence indeed is true. Okay, I'm not gonna be here to give history lesson, but let's see where it came from to this point. Is it really from 2022 when ChatGPT started, or it has way more back history? Actually, we can start from 1950s with Alan Turing. Actually, some people, they know him as a founding father of AI, that he developed machine intelligence concept idea. So he asked a very simple question, can machines think? Then we come to 1960s. MIT professor creating a first simple chatbot that is mimicking human conversation. And he named that chatbot Elisa. For that time, it was very impressive. But for today's standard, when we look at it, it looks very simple. Then 1990s, machine learning era. So machines not anymore just following the rules, they get the data in and actually they produce different output. And perhaps you heard it or you remember it in 1997 when supercomputer of IBM actually beat Gary Kasparov. That was impressive and mind-blowing moment. And then 2010. So the generation, the content generation of machine and artificial intelligence started. So creating text, image, video, and so on. And 2022, when ChatGPT actually came out and all of us, we got exposed to it, and now we are here in this conference. So it has a actually journey that reached here. So it's indeed reshaping all of our industries. I don't know where industry you're working now, but definitely is affecting you already, or it will affect you at some point. Also in XM, we see it. AI is not only helping us with trading patterns, it's helping us in customer support, marketing, trading behaviors, user behavior. So we are analyzing all this utilizing AI. Let's see one simple example. So we have an internal AI chatbot that when the client comes and asks our agent something, for example, what's the maximum leverage that I can trade Bitcoin? What actually agent does, goes to this internal chatbot, search, find the information, and then give it back to the end user. So you can understand this process that before was taking time because they had to go through PDF, Word, find the information, paste it to the customer, and so on. Now it's taking seconds. And when you deal with large-scale clients, this really changing a game for you. Another thing that we are using AI in XM is about fraud detection. So same way that we are using AI for good, there are many out there that actually using AI to abuse and scam. And recently, we see a very huge spike in this, in image generation, in KYC processes, in withdrawal processes that the clients come, and they are actually using latest models of AI to generate these things. So we cannot go to this battle without AI. And that's how we are actually acting there. We are using AI to defeat AI. Then it's about mapping out behavior patterns. Our data science team, they are actively working to understand when the clients they trade, when they deposit, when they withdraw, when actually they claim their bonus and so on. Before this was happening through machine learning, some manual checks and so on, but today we are leveraging AI technology to achieve that. So not only we understand, let's say, what is going to happen to the client, we also can predict what is going to be next, not only for that client, similar clients like that. And customer support. Of course, I'm pretty sure you're using simple chatbots, automated and so on. And indeed, this is helping because it's reducing the noise and the chats that is going to the agents. So agents, they can actually deal with more complex cases. And in XM, actually, we are using AI and we are on this path to automate this process in order to give better feedback to our customers. But we didn't stop there. In 2023, we decided, okay, we have large amount of data about trading, about events, about market information. Why we don't turn this into actually discussion for our clients? So we decided to create an AI model to actually talking about market information, about cryptos, stocks, any instruments that we are offering is there. And is helping our clients and is saving them time to actually do research. So instead of they spend 20, 30 minutes doing research, we are giving them instant information about what is going on. So they can actually spend more time on the actions that they want to take on our platform. You can consider it like personal analyst on Go. So it has information about prices, about events, about market trends, and then is available for you 24/7 in 28 languages. And of course, we wrap it with beautiful user experience that actually is engaging our clients toward that. And this is part of our new product offering that is coming out soon. Is also very strong in financial education as well. So you can ask questions like, what is a recession? What is the difference between stocks and cryptos? What is going to affect gold? And it's here to answer those questions for you. But of course, let me be honest, until we get to this point, we had to go through several challenges that I'm going to share with you. One of the most frustrating one, I'm pretty sure you heard about it, is about hallucination. So what is it? Is when AI model actually providing wrong information and wrong output to the end user. And in our case, when it comes to text, this is very important. For example, in this case, when the user is asking what was the last year EU GDP, AI responded that it was 17 billion. It's just tiny mistake, but the difference is a lot. And when in financial sector you do such a mistake, actually it can cost a lot. I don't know if you remember this case. This was when Google Bard 2 years ago, during a live session, did a mistake and actually is hallucinate during that event. It's about the third bullet point over here. I'm not an astronaut, but I'm pretty sure the James Webb telescope was not the first one that took an exoplanet image, and it was a very large telescope which did that. In that event, after 9% of Google price share value dropped, which was over $100 billion, was wiped out just like that by one hallucination. So of course there are ways to mitigate this, and we actually try this, and we are keep trying them in order to reduce these errors. One of them is about cross-referencing. What's the meaning? It means the data that you expose your model to provide answer based on that, you need to make sure that they are valid and there's something that you want your end user to have. So just don't go and put any sort of data for your model to discover. Try to make sure the data is very relevant. Data quality, important, because you don't want to have this case of garbage in and garbage out. Even though that the AI models is designed to go through any sort of data on something, but when you have good data quality, is changing the answer as well, the response. Another technique is to introduce a bit uncertainty phrases. For example, when your AI model doesn't know the response or doesn't have the data on that, simply it can say, according to the information available to me, or I don't know this answer. So you give a bit room of uncertainty in this case. And last one, of course, you might say is outdated, especially as Mike explained as well, with the agents you can overcome many of these things, but still human in the loop works. Not for everything, not manually going through everything and check, but the ones that is flagged for humans to jump in, the experts, understand what is going on, why hallucinate, and then fix it for the next user. Another case is about trade-off between quality on one side, cost and speed on another. And this is important. Let me explain to you what do I mean by this. In order for you to increase the quality of your AI responses, is not for free. You have to actually pay the cost. What do I mean by that? So there are two ways doing this, either by increasing the data that you expose your AI model, and by the way, remember, it needs to be cross-checked, data quality needs to be high. On the other hand, the prompts, the instructions that you write for your AI model to follow. So you can write long prompts, But imagine when you are dealing with 1 million, 2 million, 3 million users, and these prompts, they keep going as an input, meaning it's going to increase the cost, and because the processing is as well is going higher, it's going to decrease the speed. So you need to see what you need from your model to respond. In our case, we want it to be fast and at the same time very efficient. That's why we had to really pay attention what data we give in, what prompt we give in, and what is a trade-off over here. And we heard about prompts. Let me give you our version, how we dealt with it as well. So in our case, of course, it's a very simple version of it. Our prompt is much longer than this. But we ask our model that you do not have to give financial advice. And you have to focus on the data and do not give any predictions. And we want you to talk to the end user friendly, but at the same time, professional. So your prompts really changing how the AI is responding back to you. Do you remember my image first that I explained, that I look slim, beautiful, full of hair, and so on? So in the beginning, when I was prompting that, I said, okay, make me look handsome, and so on. And then I said, put a big smile on me. This was what I described to the model, and it was OpenAI Sora. And this was the outcome. So you see, I gave very simple prompt. The only thing I did, I just said, put a big smile. And by the way, when I did that, my son came to the room. He's only 5 years old. And he said, Dad, he looked like you. So I just got bullied by a 5-year-old son. And then what I did, I just removed the part, big smile. And look at the difference. I didn't do anything else. I just removed big smile. And the outcome completely changed. What I want to tell you here, when you design when you're working with your AI models, when you're writing your prompts, every single information that you put in your guidelines is really going to change the output. Like everything else in life, is about finding a right balance. In the beginning, when we started in 2023, we had massive data, and we said, okay, let's give it all to AI, because this is what we understood, that AI is going to sort out everything. Let's give it a very long prompt, and what we experienced, it was massive hallucination, very low speed, and in many cases, AI was answering back, I don't know. We were asking, what's the price of Bitcoin today? It was saying, I don't know. Then we decided to change a model. We went to more expensive model. We made our prompt lean, and we actually, again, we had a lot of information there. This time, the answers were much better, but of course, the cost went very high. So we went on the other side. Now, the cost is very high, but the answers are good. But also, it was taking so much time for AI to respond. In some cases, it was taking up to 30 seconds to respond back to the end user. Then what we did, we found the right model. So not expensive model was the answer for us. Actually, right now, we are using one of the cheapest models out there. So we are not using anymore the expensive one. And our prompts is almost 50% less than where we started. And the amount of data, the tokens now we are inputting to our model is actually 50% less than before. So everything, we shrank it, but in the correct way. We chose the right model that is much cheaper, but is doing a job for us, and actually is working much, much better. So when you're designing your AI product, you need to consider this. And there are many products and there are many AI models out there, from OpenAI, Microsoft, Amazon. Google, Meta, Alibaba, and even DeepSeek, a startup from China. The question is, do you have time to explore all of them? I think the answer is no. None of us, we have unlimited time to go through everything. So you need to choose a right model for you, and you need to stick to that line. Of course, you can explore other models, but you cannot keep switching your product to use different things, because like this, you're gonna end up with nothing. So choose a right model and then go ahead. By the way, this is still a challenge for us, right? Because the models keep coming out every week, every month, and in order to actually adjust our application to that, we have to change our prompts, we have to change some structure behind the scene in order to work. So you have to make sure what you're choosing is also has a future and is future-proof. So we started with GPT 3.5. It was, and it is still, very cheap model, very fast, but it's very weak in responses when you give it complex cases and many data sources. Then we switched to 4.0, 20 times more expensive than 3.5. We are talking here about 2,000% change, but is it 20 times better than 3.5? It's definitely good model, but it's not 20 times better. So finding a right model and return on investment for you is very important. So you need to calculate this in order to achieve that. And it's not only about the models, it's about also features that they are bringing with them as well. So voice recognition. If you need voice recognition, now actually is on a very good state. Few months back, still it was struggling. It couldn't understand when there was background noise and so on. But today we can see with OpenAI and other providers improved a lot. And now you can have normal conversation with AI. Then there are many models that they have thinking and reasoning. Like humans, you can actually ask them a question. They go through a thought process. Even they print it for you to see what they are doing. And after they print the response back. And actually also they decrease the amount of hallucination as well with them. But again, they're expensive. Do you need expensive model to design your product? Is a question that actually you have to answer. And multi-agent is a trending these days. Many people, they are talking about this, and I'm pretty sure today we're gonna hear a lot about it as well. Consider it like when you give a task to your model, there are a set of experts that is coming to solve that case and respond back to you. So this is a new approach. Many actually products, they start using it, and it's very effective, but you need to know how to use them. So in order for you to have successful product, you always have to take a strategic decision. Is the latest models really worth it? Which features actually move the needle for you? Does new capabilities solve a problem? And how you future-proof your product? And the ultimate question is, are you going to use these technologies, use these features, and capitalize on them to give yourself competitive edge, or you're just gonna ignore them and fall behind? And that's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you.